I go to them, so support.
On that note, Mayo
Oh, hey,
Clinic.
we're talking
Hello,
about jerseys.
everyone. Yeah, we're talking about those WNBA jerseys. They're super hot. But tonight we're going to be talking about some tweets. I'm back in Oklahoma, so let's fingers crossed that I'm back into the
I mean,
game the whole time.
it seems pretty solid right now, so
Knock on wood. Knock on
Fingers
wood.
crossed.
I got plenty.
So,
I got a whole desk.
yeah, just keep knocking on it so I stay forever. But yeah, so we want to shout out to, if you're listening to us now, later via Twitter, which is at HCHunnies. So HCHunnies. If you're
Like
on
that,
our
yeah.
Facebook page, or guess what? YouTube. We're starting to use that YouTube. That's also where our show is going to be mostly coming to you. And then we have Instagram too, which is Hardcourt Honeys. So yeah, follow us everywhere. We love the support and we love all the people who have helped us along the way. Yeah, so about that, how's the week going, y'all?
I'll let you go, Jade.
I mean, it's still this season, right? So until the playoffs start and our teams are no longer getting beat every night,
Yeah,
I feel like it's going to be a lot of the same.
I mean, I got D'Angelo Russell back from my Wolves, so I'm happy there. But
He's on one of my teams too, and he had a good game.
Oh, his first game back was 24 minutes. He had 25 points.
Yeah.
It was, and he had 5 rebounds, which was his season high. So, I mean, his first game back, he's killed it. But right when he comes back, Malik Beasley, who has just come back from suspension, was finally getting the rust off. He goes down with a hamstring for 4 to 6 weeks. We have not had the ideal starting lineup. We have not had a healthy team all season.
It's one thing after another.
I shouldn't say it's also like a lot of injuries. It's just, our key players, they're out for a long time. And by the time that player is about to come back, that other player has something that keeps them out for a long. Yeah. But I played basketball today for the first time in a year due to COVID. So that was real great. It was outside in the rain too. So I felt all the part. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It was movie-esque.
Soccer in the rain a little bit, and I loved it.
It was movie-esque. It was beautiful.
So
let's show some tweets.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tweets.
So our first tweet tonight, there it is, comes from S. What?
No, keep going. No.
Okay. Sorry if I mispronounce your name. My name is SHEA, and I get called Shia a lot, so I kind of understand name stuff. But at Just S. Barahini, and it's a picture of Dennis Schroeder and that OG Anunoby. It says, "Hey, my name is Dennis Schroeder. You're probably wondering how I got here."
I really should have expected this because I haven't watched a lot of Raptors games this season, especially the last couple of weeks. I've been super busy, but I watched this game.
Yeah.
And I saw this happen.
What did you think?
While they're reviewing it, they're replaying it over and over again. And I thought, okay, OG, that was a pretty bonehead thing. I know you know exactly what you were doing because, like I always say, he reminds me of my brother, and my brother would do that and say that he was trying to help him up and know exactly what he was doing. So I'm like, he 100% knew. I was not expecting ejections.
No.
I thought they would both get teed up, maybe some other tees from people off the bench. Now there have been suspensions. Fred VanVleet was suspended, and probably OG, have been suspended. And I'm like, but how?
I thought they really blew that one. Like it was like a wait, why did you like hold like it felt like a WWE move for a second.
Yeah.
Because like he
So
picked
that
it was
was-
real slow motion and it looked choreographed. Like he was like, "Are you ready for this? Okay,
That's,
and go."
that's
And,
really
like,
funny because somebody on my timeline edited them into a wrestling ring.
no, like,
No.
and when I heard that Harold was one of them that got ejected, like, yeah, he got
Yeah.
up in people's faces, but he didn't. Like, none of that made sense. All these,
None of it makes sense.
all the like, okay, throw technicals around. May I honestly, if you were gonna throw out anyone, I would have said on a newbie. But I honestly didn't think anyone should have been thrown out.
I didn't think anyone was going to be thrown out. I thought techs were going to happen. Techs
Yeah.
should have
Yeah.
happened, obviously. But like ejections and suspensions,
Suspensions was absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
like man.
That one I was a little bit disappointed with them.
Like it's just one more way the repping has sucked this year.
Ooh, which
that picture kind of looked like Patrick Beverly. So if it would have been Patrick Beverly, I would have been like, "What a prick!" God, next tweet.
Yeah, which is also going to talk about some reffing. So that's why I was like, about that. We're getting to it. So from Tim Matt, I don't know how to pronounce anyone's names. I'm really sorry. At ESPN, what is it?
McMahon, like Vince McMahon, the guy of WWE.
Oh.
Tim McMahon.
Oh, okay. So ESPN.
Maybe
McMahon.
that's why I translate.
Okay. So he said Luka Doncic just screamed and won. The ref apparently misunderstood and awarded the Knicks the free throw. It was Doncic's 11th technical foul of the season, 5 shy of a 1-game suspension.
Man, he gets teed up a lot, eh?
Okay, as much as I loved Doncic, we all love Luka. That's one of the players we all agree with. He is one of the biggest crybabies in the league.
Oh,
I don't think he's a crybaby.
Oh, he is.
I don't think he's a crybaby. I think in the way that LeBron and James Harden and Kyle Lowry and all those guys have earned it in the NBA, he was over earning it in Europe as a teenager playing with grown men. So he has that chip on his shoulder. He thinks he should get those calls. I think a lot of the times he should too.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't help. He's such a pretty boy.
He's so cute.
And
that doesn't help him. It doesn't do him any favors in this context.
He's such a pretty boy, so when he gets mad, it looks like he's just like, wow. He might have a case. Like he's only
21, right? He still has time to lose the baby fat.
Like he's just got that little boyish grin. Like I expect his hair. Like if he was like in the late 90s, early 2000s, he'd be the guy. Be like, huh,
yeah, and he has that little.
Like he'd have the gold hair with it too, just like flick it back, kind of surferish, but still like, oh, you know what's going on with you're like, what's going on still? But no,
the puka shells during the press.
Oh, he would have had pukas, Luka, Lucas pukas.
Oh, Lucas pukas.
Hashtag of the week, Lucas pukas.
Oh my gosh, we need to talk to him about this because we can market the hell out of some
tweet
Lucas
that
pukas.
out. He could have his own. Let's talk with Mark Cuban. Shark Tank this with Mark Cuban.
Lucas pukas.
Lucas
Perfect.
pukas.
But yeah. So obviously I didn't look up anyone else's like technical fouls, but it is interesting because in my mind I don't think of Luka as someone who gets teed up a lot. Like I think of people like, you know, of course there's like Russell Westbrook who has kind of that attitude and that reputation for getting teed up a lot. But I just thought it was interesting that he's actually like kind of like he's gonna probably get suspended before the end of the season.
To answer your question about Tex this season, somehow Dwight Howard has the most.
Really?
13. I don't know how that's even possible.
Yeah,
I'm very,
that's
very
kind of
confused by
weird.
that particular stat. This
From
is
what
according to teamrankings.com. And then we have a logjam at number 3. Draymond Green, Luka Doncic, and Russell Westbrook all have 11, followed
I'm
by
not
John
surprised.
Wall at 10, and Devin Booker at 9, Kyle Lowry at 8, and Julius Randle at 8.
Okay,
okay,
the rest of
5
those things I expect, I guess, but Luca, I just didn't.
5 seems like a small number, but there's like what, a month and a half left of the season.
Right.
He would have to be
That's
getting
it?
like a tech like every game, like every other game. It wouldn't
That's
be every
true.
game, but
That's
like
true.
he'd have to be getting a tech. Like I don't think that, because then it cancels out once the beginning of the playoffs starts, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah, I don't think it applies for playoffs.
Then everyone gets a clean slate, and then he can cry all he wants.
But like, it makes me curious. Like, I'm gonna try and find after this if somebody has compiled all the plays he got texts on.
Yeah.
Because like, what's going? It just seems like the other guys on that list. You go, okay, Dwight Howard, yeah, sure. Draymond Green, absolutely. Kyle Lowry, yeah, okay. You know, and then
Devin Booker's an odd one.
Devin Booker's odd, but I mean, you know what? I think there's a bigger conversation here, which takes us back to the repping. The repping needs overhauling in the NBA, top to bottom. It hasn't been changed in my entire lifetime.
No, there's actually it's a new crop. That's what's up. Or the old heads are leaving now.
Right.
Oh.
But there's a problem there, right? Because like
they're in the process of transitioning.
They're transitioning, but they're not doing it well. And besides that, like the game is not the same as it was when I was a kid, and the refereeing is almost exactly the same. But the game is way more complicated, way more intricate. There's way more to have to watch. So how do we think that we can do an effective job with the same number of people as when the game was so much slower? And when you were calling a lot less fouls.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is one that's never going to be fixed right.
No.
It's
never will.
That's why the reason I said that is because you mentioned Devin Booker. And I said, Devin Booker does seem to be an odd one, but maybe that's part of that bigger conversation of it's getting to the point where you hear it more and more every year. You hear it from players you didn't hear it about from before. You know, the Jazz this year, notably, Gobert and Spida have come out and said the refereeing is garbage and got fined for it and picked last for the All-Star game because of it.
I got Gobert. Spida though, that was
a statement.
And then also
was a statement.
Gobert, that's also, I just don't care for him. So that's another thing too. There's a whole bunch of other mess of a situation why I was okay with Gobert though being picked last.
Yeah.
So, but.
Well, talking about more pettiness. Oh, sorry.
Oh, ouch. Oh.
What?
That was an excellent segue.
I was like, wait, it was. I didn't realize I burned it so bad. Woo, I'm good at this. Anyway, I hadn't picked a tweet from Peggy in a while because Peggy is always throwing down some great tweets. But from Peggy K at How Angry Are You? She said, my certified petty king. He about to drop 50 tonight. But so I don't know if you guys saw this. But I'll open this up real fast. So Jamal Murray, ESPN said something about Jamal Murray. My wonderful slow internet. So it said, even after moving up 6 spots from last season, Murray could be poised for another leap. Consider that Murray leads all players on that list with 6.8 wins produced, according to ESPN's Real Plus Minus. While the other guards ahead of him may be more prolific scorers, Murray leads many of them in efficiency thanks to 41% three-point shooting. That level of accuracy might not be sustainable on high volume. 6.6 attempts per game, but Murray has always profiled as a better shooter than his middling three-point percentage, 36% career over his first 4 seasons. And then we get a Murray response. LOL. So, was he being petty?
I don't know. We don't even know what this tweet actually was about. We're guessing.
I'm gonna guess that it probably was, because it like was right after like released, and then people were talking about it, and then Murray's LOL tweet. But
no,
so we are assuming though. You're right.
I mean, I don't know. Jamal Murray, the things that I know about him and the things that I have in common with him, being having a Jamaican father and growing up in Canada, I don't think he cares that much what people say or think or write about him. I think he knows who he is and what he needs to do. Like, I mean, his dad made him do his workouts in the snow.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, trust me, once you've been through a Jamaican immigrant dad, there's not much else in the world that's intimidating.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good point too. And you know, there is no way we can know if this tweet is about this. Like, because come on, Jamal isn't getting exactly love all the time. So like, why would
I was just about to say he's getting overlooked, and I think the biggest reason is because of Aaron Gordon's there, and for some reason they're blowing him up so much. He's doing great. Yeah. They're playing great with him, but at the same time, like,
and Murray had a rough start to the season.
He did. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Jokic is having an MVP season.
Oh, right.
So everything is going straight to him.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
it's one of those
things. He's kind of my MVP right now, as much as I hate saying it.
I think down the road there might be a choice that has to be made there of if one or the other of them want to stay on the same team. I don't think that Murray's going to be content to play second fiddle for his whole career.
Oh, that's a concept I hadn't thought about, splitting those two up.
They're going to keep Jokic.
If you're Denver right now, you don't want to split them up. But from Murray's standpoint, when free agency comes around, maybe there's somebody out there that's one piece away and he's that guy.
That's not a bad point.
Well, this is a team that's already towing title contenders, so why would he want to ruin his chance with a team that's already there instead of having to move off somewhere else to do it?
I mean, once they do it, right? Maybe they'll get a ring and that's when he'll go, or like, I don't know. Like, and like you said, especially with Aaron Gordon there now, and all of a sudden, it's a question of, is he a number 2 or number 3? I think Murray should be a clear number 2 over Aaron.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon, the only reason why he's been getting so much flack is just because of he's the dunker that was in Orlando that teams were wanting, but Murray's the number 2 option. I hate that Aaron Gordon's getting this huge bump.
Yeah.
He's not a bad player, but
he's not a bad player, but he hasn't earned all this.
How much hype he was getting traded, I didn't understand. That's how slow of a dead. The only reason why I knew so much is because my Timberwolves were involved. That's the only reason why I knew so much about it, because the Timberwolves were involved. If Timberwolves were involved, or if I had a team that wasn't involved with Aaron Gordon news, I wouldn't give 2 flying. Yeah,
that's a funny point, because like I don't remember any of the details of that trade at all.
Exactly. I don't remember it now since it went to Denver. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Did they give up like what? Like
things?
Did they give up like a printer? Like when they did Kyle Korver? They have a fax machine?
I don't remember that trade.
Extra disinfectant wipes?
Oh, add a couple more objects?
No, we're good.
No?
I see the tweet that you're about to put up, and I was actually...
We are still talking about Aaron Gordon here. There's a line.
Okay, so we got a hot take of the day from Sag. At Sag2413. Hot take of the day. I'm taking peak PG-13 over peak Mellow. I also find these pictures interesting because I don't know if these are both of their peaks.
No.
But
no, I was going to say.
I was like, you have to bring it back to Pacers, Paul George.
Yes.
And you have to go to Denver Mello,
Denver.
when both of them had went to their respected conference finals and
Yep.
almost went to the finals. Paul George almost took to Game 7 of Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, and Chris Bosh.
Right.
And Carmelo Anthony, I think they took 6 games with Kobe and Powell. Like, no, that's when those two are at their peak.
So, Saj, take this as a teaching moment for your next tweets. Use the right jerseys, dude.
Like, I'd have to say, though, I'm going peak Mello over peak PG.
I knew you were going to say that.
I got a soft spot for Mello.
I know.
His entire career.
I'm going to go peak PG over peak Mello because I suspect that PG had more assists.
Well, no, I will admit, though, like, peak, like, this is such a hard one because Indiana Paul George, I loved him. That team that they had in Indiana at that time, like, so close. I thought they were going to have it. And then once Paul George got his injury, that's like when.
Yeah.
He's still great, but.
He's still great, but some players are never the same.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Gordon Hayward, though. He had that same thing. He came back. But yeah, peak Mello. Also, it doesn't help that I have a Carmelo Anthony jersey from when he was in Denver in my room and my senior picks. Maybe there's a day I'll tweet out my senior picks because there's some of me doing some basketball stuff in my Mello jersey.
Nice.
Do
I have a shot where I'm palming the ball, holding it right to my camera.
Oh, do it.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I was so, and I didn't in front of a graffiti wall look like I had like album covers.
Oh, you're about to drop a mix.
No, I was ready to have the most fire album of the summer.
Oh,
Bazooka Tooth. That would be my nickname. I don't spit fire. I spit bombs.
Anyway.
Okay, this is very fascinating. Well, how do you follow
Going
that?
from Lucas.
Wait, guys. We have to talk about the Space Jam trailer because
That's a whole segment right there.
Okay. The Space Jam trailer. We have a few minutes, right?
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, we still got time. I'd have to say, anything with Don Cheadle, I'm gonna see anyways.
Yeah, and for me, it's Sonequa Martin Green. I love her. I would change places with her. She is my favorite. I'm a Trekkie too, so I'm a big fan of hers right now.
Oh, I was actually surprised at how I want to see it.
Me too. I'm so annoyed by how excited I am.
Yeah,
I like how they have the.
This is really complicating my long-standing dislike of LeBron James.
Right.
I like how they have the basketball stars, how they are played, or like how they're robots.
I think it's everything it needed to be. It pays homage to the original without trying to be the same thing. The things that have progressed because of technology are there. The jokes are there. Like, it has a story.
We'll have an actual leading man that actually can remotely act.
Right.
Yeah, because LeBron James is a way better actor than Michael Jordan. I'll give him
Trainwreck, that movie, he was hilarious in it.
He was the best part of that movie.
I love that
My man's
movie.
having intercourse. Just collapse and screams.
But I realized something in all of this. So LeBron James and I are almost the same age. And so I realized that movie got to us both at the same time in our lives as basketball lovers. So it probably means it just as much to him as it has meant to me growing up. So he did it properly. And I feel very conflicted about this.
I'm for it to have a real competition. I'm curious with the soundtrack.
Well, I love that
Space Jam had a very key soundtrack, and if we drop the ball with this soundtrack,
I like that they remixed the original Space Jam song.
Yes.
For the trailer, And there was another song from the soundtrack that I heard a sample of in the trailer too. I can't remember which one it was.
Okay, I got a question for you guys.
What?
I'll start with you, Jade. This is like a fast break for that.
Right?
If you could have any artist on the Space Jam album to make a song for it, who do you think would be a good fit for that?
Ooh.
I would have Childish Gambino.
Oh, that's
good
such
choice.
a good answer.
That's a good choice.
Oh, that's so
Are we
good.
like what style we talking about? Like which album? We talk like Child Awake and My Love, or are we talking like
honestly with him? Honestly, with him, I'd just be like, listen, it's Space Jam. Do whatever you want to do. It's gonna be fire.
Yep.
No, that one. Ooh, good choice with Childish Gambino.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, that guy. That he's got a special place in my heart and my fiance's. Shay, how about you?
So the first person that comes to mind, because I don't listen to a lot of like pop music, and I feel, or like any like, I don't know, I just listen to a lot of like older music, so a lot of the people I listen to on the reg are dead. So the first
We're
person
gonna
that
have
came
to
to mind,
discuss this more. This is new information.
yeah, like I listen to a lot of music.
You have
that's
like
died.
the radio set, Jade, and it looks like Shay's got like some NPR Tiny Desk performance coming in with it too.
No, but I was gonna say Janelle Monáe.
Oh, she'd have a fun one.
Yeah, because she has like some of that futuristic stuff that like
she just does it all. I miss like the little pompadour haircut she had. She'd make a song with that.
Yeah, no, Dirty Computer changed my life. I listen to it regularly still.
I'd have to go with Kendrick.
Kendrick was like a really close second.
He's not like he's still like one of my top. He's not like my favorite artist, but he's definitely like when he did for like Black Panther. I was like, oh, you know to do stuff for a movie too. Like I'd want to hear him because maybe he does a remix of like I Believe I Can Fly.
No, let's not have R. Kelly.
No, that's true. That's right. Why such a horrible man? But no, Kendrick would be mine. I could see, yeah. But any of those, you know what? Let's just get all three of them in the soundtrack.
I mean,
they could honestly, they could.
Like the ultimate.
I could see them being like all three in one song.
They could totally pull that off.
Produced by Gambino and Kendrick.
Jonae, that's a great idea. We have had so many good ideas on this one. There's a lot of people we have to tag when we retweet this.
We have to tag the Mavericks. We have to tag Mark Cuban. We have to tag Luca. Oh no!
As she was frozen for a while, and I was like, I wonder.
Okay, so we got those three. We got to tag Kendrick. We got to tag
Childish Gambino.
Yep.
Yeah. We're covering all the bases tonight.
Yep.
On that note, that is our time for the evening. Thank you for joining us. Again, if you were with us live, thank you. If you're watching the replay on Facebook, Twitter, or now on YouTube, make sure you check us out. Subscribe to us on YouTube. If you subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, there will be some stuff that you will only know about if you're subscribed to us on YouTube. So make sure you
news to me.
Check us out there, and we will see you guys on Tuesday for our regular show.
Yeah, we'll be back.
Good night.
Bye.